Crazy little battle between these two. It's going to get pretty tight. A lot of hard aggression. Very easy to get caught out. Cart's sliding. And he takes the checker flag in fine style.
Round 3 Super Champs at Daytona Milton Keynes. Here's your starting grid. Dan Monroe pole position alongside Ollie Hood. What a front row. Gareth Baldwin and Charlotte Manton share the second row of the starting grid. On row 3 it's Stuart Shearman alongside Josh Williams. Philip Babolal is in a P7 alongside Joel Wood. And rounding out the top 10 it's Casper Marriott alongside Angus Tyler. Row 6 is Jordan Cranston, beside him Joe Williams. 13th is Richard Snow alongside Daniel Watson. Row 8 of the grid, Joe Greenhalgh and Lee Whitney down in P16. And then it's Matt Clark, 17th on the grid from Tom Illingworth. And rounding out the D-Max grid, it's Douglas Foster. Onto the N35 STs, and on the pole position this time, it's good old Callum Jones. He lines up alongside Charlie Fenton. Then it's Keisuke Nushi in third position, beside him Justin Elliott. Row 3 sees Sam Cole line up alongside Adam Thomas. And then 7th on the grid is Caelan Durston, going well alongside Barry Morris. And rounding out the top 10 here, Nathan Maximin, beside James Bedison. Lewis Barton is P11 alongside Luke Power. Row 7 is Kevin Chin alongside Callum Wilderson. Row 8 of the grid is Benjamin Gregory. He's on the inside with Cooper Wozniak on the out. And Callum Poulter and Roman Faragul line up together on row 9 in front of Harrison Williams and James Bailey. While completing the grid is Maxwell Bolton. Here we go racing! So it's raining a little bit, and that's going to make things very tough off the start. Let's race at Daytona Milton Keynes. Up we go to the first corner. Monroe versus Hood. We're on board with Baldwin. As up on the inside, whoops-a-daisy. That is already a close battle. That's Manton trying to come through around the inside, I think. Baldwin trying to hold it. He's lost it! Oh, and into the barriers. So easy to do. Manton through into third place, Shearman through into fourth, and those two now scrapping away for the lead of the race in the heavies category. Shearman on the inside, Manton trying to hold it as Monroe and Hood bang wheels as well there. N35 STs, underway we go. Very slippery, tricky start on board with Keisuke Nushi. As he tries to get through, he's actually got a front and rear facing camera, has Keisuke Nushi. We're on board with Barry Morris. Tiptoe through the apexes, it's so slow on the start because there's absolutely no grip. Goodness me, Adam Thomas getting a little bit nerfed there. Justin Elliott getting through. So Justin Elliott passes Adam Thomas. So there is a very exciting battle in front of us. A couple of spinners. And Josh Williams just about gets out of the way there. And up into 7th position. Or has he? No, not quite. Just about manages to hold it round the outside. But a bit of a moment for Williams there. So this is Fenton versus Jones. And Jones is there. And takes the lead away from Fenton. So Callum Jones into the lead of the race in front of Charlie Fenton. And another spin up. Oh dear, oh dear. Now that is a very tricky situation in the conditions. We're on board with Matt Clark. He's trying to avoid the same thing. Look, there's absolutely no grip and he just dives around the outside. There goes Foster on the inside line. Douglas Foster takes Matt Clark. On board with Keisuke Nushi. Great to have the two different cameras. Goodness me, he's coming from a long way back to get on the inside of Elliott. Banzai's on the inside line. Thank you very much. That'll do. Elliott's coming straight back at him on the inside, but the outside line's going to be faster. Get out of the way. I've got this, says Keisuke Nushi, and he gets through. Excellent bit of racecraft. So now we've got the battle between Ollie Hood and Dan Monroe. Dan Monroe, very much the star of 2021 so far, keeping himself very much at the front. Oh, careful, guys. Get out of the way of the spinning back marker. That could have been very nasty indeed. They just about avoid issue. And down into the final turn. They're tiptoeing their way around. It's a very tricky course this, with slick tyres in the wet. But both drivers up front handling each other very well indeed here. Oh, Adam Thomas gesturing to Barry Morris. Off you go, mate. I'm not going to have a rivalry with you. Look how close they come to the wall. Oh, looks like some black flags. Dan Monroe and Ollie Hood, they're both given black flags. My goodness, that was such a shame. Dan Monroe was doing such a good job. So that means that Charlotte Manton is the new race leader. That was who was that spinning around? Was that Whitney? Whitney battling away now with Wood. Whitney gets through. More spinners all over the place. So Charlotte Manton is now the race leader after the black flags for Dan Monroe and Ollie Hood. Looks like they both just got a little bit overheated. On board with Keisuke Nushi as we watch Fenton versus Cole. Oh, that was nearly the barriers. And Charlie Fenton is not happy about it. He actually applauds sarcastically to Cole as they go down the straight. And Keisuke Nushi's going to try and make his way through, which he manages into third position. Absolutely incredible. So Nushi through, past Fenton, and now chasing down Sam Cole. But Fenton is not happy about it. So now we're watching Shearman as Whitney is trying to close up. Whitney making his move. Well, that didn't take long at all. Shearman didn't even know what hit him there. Whitney is straight past. Excellent bit of racecraft there from Whitney, getting back into the action. On board with Kazuki Nushi. Finally taking on Sam Cole and gets there. Sam Cole running wide. And so that's a big issue for Cole. He drifts out of the top three. So he's now going to try and fight his way back. The heavy drivers definitely with the advantage in these wet conditions. So this is definitely going to be an interesting end of the race. Side by side again. Williams through on Manton. This time it's a clean move. Manton back to the inside line, but hasn't got the acceleration off the turn, and Williams is going to hold it round the outside. They're going to be side by side. Williams gets the move. 10 laps to go and Williams in front of Manton. Excellent stuff. Great racing between the two of them. Absolutely sensational. And they're going to have to play each other at their game in order to get the win from the other. So this is going to go on and on, this battle. But Manton is just waiting for an opportunity. They've got to work their way through the traffic. Here's Nathan Maximin. He is having an absolutely sensational race here. His first of the season, fighting the wet conditions here. And he's running third in the N35 lights category. Really struggling in turn one. Now here's Hood. He's got himself onto the back of Charlotte Manton. And Hood is trying to work his way past Charlotte Manton to move up the position. Look at the lack of grip that they're fighting with there. Wrestling as they get their way through each little section of apex. Manton hugging the inside curb, but the outside is actually faster, the wet line, and Hood is going to use that to advantage. Up on the inside line, Hood is going to try and drift through into third place, which he successfully achieves. So Hood is past Manton, making his way back into third position. A great drive back through the field. So that's Kuba Wozniak in front of us. We're on board with Barry Morris. Inside line, tight. Wozniak hesitates, and that's enough for Morris. He absolutely storms from a million miles back, gets through on the inside. That'll do nicely. Drifts to the curb, doesn't hit it, and Morris is through. So now Maximin trying to work his way through in the traffic as well. He's actually 22nd. Battling with Justin Elliott as they fight for third in class. Elliott's there. Is he? Is he? No, not quite. Maximin trying to stay out of trouble around the outside. And Elliott is right behind us. Maximin is hanging on for dear life here. Checkered flag is out, and it's Josh Williams. He takes the overall win, and in the heavies. Excellent job today. Brilliant stuff. A great recovery drive from Ollie Hood. He's going to take the D-Max Lights victory as well. From Callum Jones in the N35 ST Lights, and Kazuki Nushi in the heavies in their 35 STs. Another thriller. The wet really shakes things up. Ollie Hood does take the win in D-Max Lights despite his earlier penalty. Casper Marriott 23 seconds back from Philip Babolal in a brilliant third place. Joel Wood, Joe Williams, and the unfortunate Dan Munro, who gets the fastest lap and increases his tally by 5 points. What does that do to the championship though? Hood has now got a decent advantage over Dan Munro, 16 points clear in the title fight. Casper Marriott is the Lone Ranger in third place, and then a scrabble of 6, just covered by 6 points. Fryer, O'Donnell, Watson, Williams, Wood, and Babolal. It's open house. Josh Williams, 8 seconds clear of Charlotte Manton at the flag. A great battle between those two. Charlotte Manton, though, the fastest lap of the race, so they're level on points from this round. Lee Whitney third from Shearman, Tillier, and Gareth Baldwin. Excellent stuff, but what does that do in the title fight? Well, Charlotte Manton still leads the points. She's now on 150. Gareth Baldwin in second on 108, Snow on 106, and Clark on 102, with Whitney on 92. So it looks good for Manton as we head to round 4 to hold on to her lead and accelerate away. Callum Jones nearly a minute clear of Sam Cole in the N35 ST Lights. Another 30 seconds back to Nathan Maximin in a strong third place. James Pedersen fourth from Lewis Barton and Callum Wilderson on a very tricky day at the office. Callum Jones with the 5 bonus points though for the fastest lap, which means he takes the maximum 55. Sam Cole still holds the points lead, but only by 4 to James Pedersen. Barton, Durston, Power and Williams are all giving chase, and after that great display from Callum Jones, he's right into the top 10 now on 55. What can he do when we get to round 4? Kazuki Nushi victorious in N35 ST Heavies, 40 seconds clear of Charlie Fenton, Adam Thomas in third from Justin Elliott, Barry Morris and Kuba Wozniak. It's a perfect day for Nushi, 5 bonus points for the fastest lap as well, and that will definitely improve his score in the N35 ST Heavy standings. It's Fenton who leads that, 3 points clear of Adam Thomas, with Justin Elliott and Kazuki Nushi just a point apart, then Kuba Wozniak in front of Barry Morris, James Bailey, with Gregory, Farragul and Davies on the mark. It's going to be very exciting next time, so stick around with the Daytona Super Champs.